Friday. I just made my coffee, so I'm gonna have a nice sip and enjoy it before I jump into things. Get myself set up. Okay. Friday. TGIF is right. It's been crazy week. It's a little dark in here. I turned my lights down just so that I don't have issues with my eyes. I really tripped out yesterday on my live. Somebody sent me a comment on one of the videos outside the live saying that they have intense eye damage from working in a grow tent with no glasses. With the lights and the reflective properties and all that, I want to be able to garden for a really long time, and I want to be able to see what I'm doing, so gotta be super careful. So yeah, lights are down low. I have my glasses. I just feel weird wearing my glasses on a live, but I'm facing like away from the light, and it's pretty dark in front of me. I think I'm okay. If I were to do a spectral reading here, it's probably pretty dark, so I think this is okay. But now whenever I come into the grow tent and I'm working, I throw my glasses on right away because I'm paranoid. What's up, Death Squad? Happy Friday. What is up, Roger? Thank you for being here. My light is less 100 watts, and I use my sunglasses even when the setting is on the low point. Oh wow, so I should probably be wearing my glasses, but I don't know, I feel like I can't read the chat properly with my glasses. They're too dark. Might already have eye damage if that's the case. So what's up, everybody? It's Friday. I don't want to be a complainer, but I'm gonna tell you guys about my week. There's been a lot, and it's not that much. It's just I can be very scattered, and I get overwhelmed when there's just too much either going wrong or too much happening or whatever. And so the first issue that I'm dealing with, I dealt with a lot of adversity this week, you guys. Again, as we talked about, my distiller is on the fritz, and so I'm looking for a way to obviously replace it or get an RO system. But until then, I am frantically making water. Every 3 hours, I get a gallon, and so I don't even remember the series of events. Yesterday's live started off pretty stressful. On Wednesday night, I came into the grow tent, water all over the floor. It was a mess. One of the lines, I don't know what happened, but there was water like spraying out of it like crazy. And so I did my best to diagnose the issue and try to fix it, but it was so late and I was so tired and the lights were shutting off, and I was like, you know what? Let me put a tray under it. Let me come back tomorrow and let me see what's going on. So yesterday morning, same thing, came into the tent, water everywhere, and just brutal. I think I need a man. I don't need no man. I can do things on my own. But yeah, so anyways, there was water all over the floor, and I had to obviously clean it up, unplug the lines, clean it all out, fasten it back, and then I thought everything was okay. I was gone for the day yesterday, so I couldn't make water. So back to the making water issue. When I got home, backtrack. Yesterday morning, right before I started my live, my green grow tower was completely wilted. It was out of water. I didn't hear it, and it completely wilted. What's up, Scotty420? Good morning. I am having a much better day than I've had the previous days. I've finally chilled out a little bit. Hopefully I can get some mental rest today because I don't sleep at night with this grow tent. But yes, so Yesterday morning, leak all over the floor, green grow tower wilted, no water. I literally had 2 jugs of water, and because of the leak, now I'm low on the buckets. So yesterday, both buckets were empty, green tower empty. I had 2 jugs, so I split 1 jug between both systems, filled the tower with the other jug, and then when I got home, after a day of being out on the road, out and about, I had no water, and my orange tower ran out, and it was completely wilted last night, like right before I hopped on the live with Andrew. So I had to go to Walmart and buy like 16 jugs of distilled water just to be able to hold myself off until I can make water again, or until I pull the trigger on a reverse osmosis system. And it was brutal. I was so panicked. It was very, very stressed out. Yeah, so I hope you guys are having a much better week/day than I had. It was overwhelming for me just because there's a lot at stake. I've got a lot of plants, I got a lot of swing, and yeah, there's again a lot at stake. And so I need to figure out a water making system as soon as possible. What is up, Ray? Happy day. Cheers, you guys. I got my coffee and I'm chill this morning. I did a quick cleanup. I was able to get rid of some of the trays that were collecting water from the leak. So anyways, before I went on the live last night, after I went to Walmart to get water, I filled all my systems up with water. So that was good. And then I had to disconnect all the lines because then the pump wasn't working. So or not the pump, but the misting nozzles weren't working. There was some kind of like pressure issue in the lines again. So it's just been nonstop trying to fix issues and then finding another issue, trying to fix that issue. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up and I was like, I feel like something's wrong. So I checked my app, my Globe Suite app, which is where I control all my switches for everything. And the orange tower water was off all night. I don't know how, I don't know why, but yeah, so maybe I didn't turn it back on after I filled it yesterday. I don't know. Honestly, I'm tired. It's so yesterday when it came time to do my live with Andrew, I was so exhausted and I was so preoccupied and so stressed out about my plants. I couldn't even be present. I couldn't really focus on the live. So yeah, sorry about that. For those of you that tuned in last night, I was very distracted. I just couldn't get past all the issues that I had to deal with as soon as I hopped off the live. I ended it early and I just checked everything again, everything was working. So for now, we're okay. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next hours or the next couple of days, but for now we're okay. Also, I don't know if I'm experiencing some kind of lockout because of the water issues. You know, I put in CalMag and then I wait several hours before I add in my nutrients. And if the water isn't circulating properly and it hasn't circulated through the system properly and not all the plants were able to uptake it, then does that create lockout when you more nutrients in after CalMag? I don't know. So some of my plants are looking a little rough and I don't know if that's the cause. Feels nice to just chill though. It's been a week of like running around. My outdoor flower garden's getting destroyed. I feel like I'm getting beaten down, you guys. And then somebody commented on one of my shorts this morning. They're like, wow, you're a master gardener. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm very far from it. Very, very far from it. That is so nice of you, Death Squad. You are a fantastic coworker. That is really good of you, and I'm sure she appreciates it. Send her our best. Hopefully she recovers quickly, and no worries. You are welcome always, and good luck. I know it can be a lot when you're doing the job of two. Breathe in, hold in 2 seconds, release. I don't know if I want to do that in here if the CO2 is really high, but that's what I do. It's just, I have a lot in my brain and I get very overwhelmed easily. And to have 100 and I think it's 185, I did a count, approximately 185 plants at once is a lot of mental strain. Not stress, just mental strain, because I'm constantly thinking about everything. Something About Nothing podcast. I love that name. Cool. What is up? Thank you for being here. Happy Friday. So yeah, 185. I'm working on a long form that's going to go up today. I get a lot of questions about what I'm growing and people confused. Like, is it just lettuce? Is it just lettuce and tomatoes? So I pulled out all the seed varieties that I'm currently growing. I did a count of all my plants and I'm just going to work on a long form video for that. Still to come, we're on a long form video of the cost of everything for people who are looking to have a similar setup. And I'm just going to try to be more consistent with those because it's just been so busy. I haven't had the time, but stay tuned for that. It's going to be coming out later this afternoon. Something About Nothing. I am drinking coffee, so cheers to you all. I hope you're having the best Friday morning. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend ahead. This weekend, we're actually going to try cutting some roots. When I was fixing my lines yesterday, I realized, okay, now that we've mitigated the hydroclay issue and that's kind of our minds, now I got to look at the root health because early on I was overwatering my plants in this run and the roots are looking rough. And there's a little bit of root rot and they're breaking off into the stem and breaking down and getting stuck in the lines. So that is something we're going to focus on this weekend. Do I grow asparagus? No, but I would definitely like to. Asparagus is more of a cool weather crop if I'm not mistaken. So I'll have to figure out my environment for that before getting started. So it was dinner time yesterday. I come down to harvest some salad. I thought it was a huge salad. And freaking orange tower is like all wilted. Like, no! Ugh, I'm just tired, you guys. It's been a lot. And the thing is, I want to like just take a nap so I can rest my mind. But I can't fall asleep because I'm like, my strawberries, I forgot to pollinate. My cucumber, oh my God, nutrients. Ah! Like there's this. And now we have tomatillos growing, I have to pollinate. Les the Tomato Whisperer, good afternoon, happy Friday. Still feels like the morning for me, even though I've been up since like 4:30. I almost grew asparagus once until I found out how long you had to harvest. How long do you have to wait? Please tell us, I'm so curious. So one thing I wanted to talk about today, and I don't know too much about it, but I know enough to be able to talk about it. So I got okay, so yesterday, so hang on, backtrack. Years to harvest. Oh wow, I had no idea. So yeah, I probably should start now then. So last Saturday or Sunday, maybe it was Monday, honestly, day's becoming a blur now to me. A few days ago, I did a bell pepper taste test on a live. And I also uploaded a short yesterday, just like a more polished, fun, short form version of the same taste test. And I got a comment from somebody telling me that I'm spreading misinformation because there's no way that the bell pepper from Walmart is GMO. Because in my short, what's up, Outdoor Living? And Something About Nothing says, yeah, but it always comes back. Oh, wow, cool. So this person commented that I'm spreading misinformation, which is fine. I'm not, but they're saying that I'm spreading information by calling the store-bought bell pepper non-organic and GMO. They're stating that they highly doubt that the pepper that I bought from Walmart was grown from genetically modified seeds. And so I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I did that taste test, I intentionally left the sticker on the pepper plant. Or sorry, on the pepper that I bought. The produce, I don't know if it's in Ontario. I think it's like in North America. There's a PLU/SKU system that grocery stores use. It's like what's the word I'm looking for? A universal system. It's a numbering system to identify how produce is grown. And so this pepper had a 4-digit SKU, and the 4-digit SKU started with a 4. Now, anything from the grocery store that starts with a 4 means that it's conventionally grown. And when you look up the definition of conventionally grown, it's referred to as food, plants, most commonly produce, that is grown with pesticides, chemicals, and oftentimes genetically modified organisms. And I mean, there's also a part where you have to kind of read between the lines, like based on how the food industry has gone, based on the type of control and hold that they have over people, all I have to do is try germinating one of those seeds from the store-bought bell pepper, and I will prove to you that they won't sprout. And if they do, it's also GMO. So 9, Les, you are correct, 9 is organic. And so I need to do a better job at including this information in my video, I guess, so that people don't come at me and think that I'm spreading misinformation. You know, one thing I pride myself on is I really care to a certain degree about what people think. I don't want to be here preaching and putting out incorrect information, and you guys are coming to me for tips and tricks, and I'm spreading misinformation. So if I don't know something, I will always preface with, I don't know, but I'm trying this. And so that is something you guys to understand is, well, not you guys, but I want everyone to understand that I don't put anything out there and confidently talk about it unless I've either done my research, tried it myself, and if I haven't and I don't know if it's gonna work, I will always say, always, always, always. I want to be humble. I don't want to come off like I'm preaching or I know everything. I really don't know much. That's why I start lives, so that we can learn together. And so yeah, I just really wanted to get the point across. Maybe it'll help you guys kind of understand better what you're consuming. I can also have, I might be able to drop a link in the chat with some resources so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But anyways, oh, they responded to my comment. Anyways, so this person is claiming there's currently no GMO bell peppers on the market. LOL. How does that person know? That's what I want to know. See, at least I do my research. I included a resource. I'd like to see somebody challenge me back with the resources. So if you guys have any resources that state that there's no such thing as GMO bell peppers on the market, please send it over, because I will gladly say I'm wrong. Always, always, always. I always take accountability, and I'm often wrong. Something from nothing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hashtag legend. Wow, I'm honored. Thank you so much. ProPyro says, don't fall for it. Those could be paid to under you. Don't fall for it. Are you talking about the stickers, ProPyro? Something about nothing. I am in Ontario, Canada, which is why I'm growing indoors. I have very short summer months and got to grow my own food all year round. My own produce. Yes, Les, they do know the growing method. Real Outdoor Living says, there's always one in every bunch. Don't let them bring you down. You're right. Even the organic at Walmart isn't truest organic, in my opinion. Absolutely. And so I don't let people bring me down. I just feel the need to clear things up. I don't want people to think I'm spreading misinformation. I take learning and sharing my journey very, very seriously, that I'm not going to give you guys a bunch of BS and claim that it's true. I'll always say, I was wrong, or hey, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think, always, always, always. Thank you so much, Real Outdoor Living. I really appreciate that. Wafiz, everything is great. It's been a bit of a rough week. You were part of yesterday's live, so you kind of saw I was a little stressed out and frantic. Pretty much, I've got 5 aeroponic systems, and barely enough water to feed them all. So it's kind of which child is the most hungry, and they're getting fed first. That's pretty much where I'm at, and it's keeping me up at night. It's stressing me out, but it's a quick fix. I just gotta get it together and place an order. I'm sure we all chat know this to be the fact. You are always honest about it. Thank you so much for saying that, Propo. And yes, Les, yes, they are. What state am I growing in? I am growing in Ontario, Canada. Paid by a company to undermine. Yes, so I just believe that there's a reason for those stickers. They identify it for a reason. And now, I think it was Bill Gates has this product or something called Appeal. It's supposed to be some kind, I forget what it's for, to help ripen or to stop it from ripening. I don't know, it's something about greenhouse gases or I don't know, whatever. All I know is that it's chemicals and it's bad for you, and Bill Gates is nuts. And so that just been USDA approved as organic, and that's scary to me. Very, very scary. What happened to that leak? Well, after I fixed my pressure issues in the lines, the leak stopped. So I think there was so much pressure built up because all the misting nozzles weren't misting properly that that there was too much pressure and the water was kind of being forced out, but a gap in one of the lines. So as soon as I relieved the pressure and I removed the obstruction, I don't know how, but I think I did because everything's working properly now, that stopped. So to me, it's a pressure issue, but we'll find out soon. It seems to come back, so I will keep you posted. To be determined. What's up, Colton? Thank you for being here. Hey, Toby's Garden. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, you guys. Love your setup and watching your content. I have a small grow tower with some peppers and random herbs. Still learning, but really enjoy it. Oh, man, Colton, that's awesome. Happy growing. I'm so glad you found me. Come hang out anytime. We talk about all things indoor growing, aeroponics, produce, the food system, and we joke around. Good vibes. Always a good time in the grow tent. Even when I'm really stressed out about something, it makes for good entertainment for you guys. Glad you think you've gotten figured. I hope so, DC's Bees. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. That could also be why I was all out of sorts yesterday. Honestly, these lives are awesome. I get to talk and talk and talk about all my problems, and you guys just listen. I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm gonna take you guys on a tent tour. Please be advised that there are some lettuce leaves that are looking rough. Same with the second bucket system. I upped the CalMag a little bit too much, and now we've got some scarring and stuff on the leaves, so we'll go through that. I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, also one more thing. So if for those of you that missed Andrew's live yesterday, next Thursday we were going to be doing a live on Ogo's channel. So I am trying to kind of, you know, keep my channel more about indoor gardening, aeroponics, and food production, and kind of keep it within that niche. And so if you guys are interested in all things cannabis and gorillaponics and growing all that kind of stuff, every other Thursday will be on Ogo's channel, so we can talk about all those things. I just try to keep it clean on my channel. Looks like fence height increase seems to be keeping the deer out. Oh, that is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. I was actually pretty invested wondering what ended up happening. They will move on to a garden that doesn't have a 7.5-foot fence around it. DC's Bees, come here and build a 7.5-foot fence for me. I got nosy neighbors. Forget about the deer. I'm setting up an autopot system right now for the first time, so that's been a learning experience. Colton, you know how that goes, because that's going to be me one day. A deer would love my garden. Yes, I bet it would. That's funny. So yeah, I'm back on track with the water for now. And yeah, I had awesome pepper harvest the other day. You guys should check out the short I posted today. It was so good. My peppers are so much bigger than they were the last time. This morning I started, because I got a used dehumidifier, because they can be quite costly. And so I just spent all morning cleaning it. I gotta clean up a few extra parts on it, and we're gonna probably set that up. So one of the days this weekend, we're gonna cut the roots. We're gonna learn together because I've never done it before. And on another day, we're gonna set up the dehumidifier and really, finally, get things dialed in. And I'm so excited. I can't wait because humidity's been an issue, and before things mature, I need to deal with that. So glass is on because I'm going under the lights, and I'll flip you guys around and show you everything that's going on. So we do need to start some new seeds. So the orange tower, kind of a disaster. It was wilted this morning, and now it's finally coming back. But gonna harvest, and next week for sure, this is getting cleaned up. Any of the plants that are still producing, we're just gonna get them moved either to the yellow tower or the green tower. I'm so sorry, DC's bees. I'm so sorry. Colton says root pruning can make plants go strong. I do some bonsai plants and they love it as well. Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to try that for sure. So yeah, orange tower is still doing okay. We got lettuce, we got dinosaur kale, I've got some sage, I've got more sage, I've got some dill, I've got cilantro, parsley, basil back there. We got a lot of stuff growing on. And yes, I have a lot of parsley, harvesting every day. Yesterday I went to visit my grandma and I brought her a bunch of parsley, a bunch of lettuce, and a bunch of flowers. So green tower is just like wild, you guys. I've been harvesting every day, and just the tower that keeps on giving. I've got romaine lettuce, leaf lettuce, and the chicory is growing so differently than my first grow. So it feels like this is really my first time growing it. I have not tried it yet, but it looks beautiful. It's finally starting to get that, I don't know, do you call it variegation if it's turning red? I don't know. Anyways, got the blush butter oak lettuce also starting to get some color. Everything looks great. Board is asking, is this tent outside? No, this tent is inside the home. This is where I grow all of my own produce all year round, or at least I'm trying to learn to. DC's B says it's okay. I'm just laughing at my situation now. Doesn't do any good to stay upset about deer. I have a feeling though, but great attitude to have. I'm glad you had a great day with grandma. Family is where it matters most. Absolutely. And you know what? I was having a really bad day yesterday, and the best day to put an end to a bad day is to brighten somebody else's, at least for me. So it was awesome. Colton says, jealous of those towers. Mine's only a 20 site, but we got it used off marketplace, cheap. Can't complain. That's awesome. You know what? You do the best you can in life, and that's it. That's all you can do, is just do the best you can. I've gotten the impression it's meant. Yes, it is, which is tough because I'm learning about lung room, and my lung room isn't ideal, and so I have even more things to combat when trying to get dialed in. The color is called senescence. I don't know how to spell it. Oh, okay. I'll up Colton. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Board says, okay, I'm sold and doing this. Amazing. Yes, you know what? I grow outdoors, but because I live in Ontario, Canada, we have short summer months. You know, if you want to grow watermelon, you can't. So that's what the grow tent is for, you guys. So moving along. I'm just gonna, guys, kind of like a wide shot, not a wide shot, but you know what I mean. Show you the whole systems. So, tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes are popping. Ever since I, again, increased the lights, I definitely upped the nutrients the other day, and so I think they're doing great. Look at all those flowers, a bunch of new growth, and the leaves are nice, a deeper green actually since I've upped the nutrients. And Colton says, I'm in Alberta, so similar story. Summer is basically over already. I know, you guys. Don't you feel like time just flies by? It's crazy. So I try to make the most of every moment. DC's B says, step by step is how we make it to the goals in our lives. Absolutely. I can't wait for my next run if I apply everything I've learned from one. So yeah, those are the tomatoes. I've harvested so many that right now I'm just waiting for some new ones. Cucumber, we got a few growing here. This one is a wacky shape. This could be poor pollination or lack of proper nutrients. I mean, I'm still gonna eat it. I don't care. And we got a couple growing up there. I've got another weird shape. Got one growing here. So we got a few cucumbers happening, more on the way. We've been hand pollinating daily. Speaking of cucumbers in the second bucket system, look at these. They're climbing all the way up the trellis. Lots of changes since yesterday. Les says, looks like bowling pin. Yes, it does. So yeah, we're gonna have to do some hand pollination. I've got my first salt and pepper cucumber growing, which is excited. So I upped the nutrients, and we're slowly gonna get these guys transitioned to bloom. We've got the other varieties flowering. I'm gonna have to check what variety this is because I have no idea. I think it's the Armenian cucumber. I've just never seen flowers on a cucumber plant like with such a long stem. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye out for the fruiting ones and see so we can pollinate. What up, Cali Style? Thank you for being here. Happy Friday, you guys. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far. Hope you guys had a positive week. Sending positivity to everybody today and every day. So our tomatillos have stopped kind of this. They had a lot of edema before. It was so bad. And now things are kind of looking better. Oh my gosh, I'm going to prune this tomato plant. This is wild. Wow, what a mess. Look at this tomato plant, you guys. This is from a cutting, and it is so freaking big. Gonna have to, oh my gosh, what a huge plant already, my goodness. I'm gonna have to trellis that up or something. It's split into two, and yeah, we're gonna get that supported. So yeah, this plant is already fruiting like crazy. It's insane. So yeah, tomatillo flowers are very, very pretty. They yellow with a black center, extremely invasive. You need more than one plant to cross-pollinate in order to get fruit, which is why I've got two. So we've got these flowers open. So for those of you that don't know what a tomatillo is, it's like a little baby green tomato in a husk, and it is really good in like a salsa verde or in salads or just on the side of your dishes, kind of chopped up with some stuff. But yeah, these are our honeydew. They're doing great. I've got my cantaloupe here. They're doing better now that I adjusted watering. So I've significantly decreased the watering. And as you can see, the older roots are brown. The newer ones are whiter. They're happier now. So I also significantly decreased the watering in my first bucket system. But check out those roots, you guys. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Beautiful. All right, so I guess I'm kind of moving on both bucket systems. Anyways, so back to the first bucket system. Here's the flowers. I harvested a bunch of them yesterday, but there's obviously more where that came from. So many blooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is already open. 6, 7, 8, 9. This is all one plant. All of this is one plant. So that is huge. I'm just gonna fix it up on the trellis here because it's yeah, anyways, I've also got the flowers. They're not flowering yet. I've never growing them aeroponically, so I'm just honestly, they're the last seeds I have of this beautiful variety, and so I really want to get the tuber and preserve it. So I'm trying to grow a tuber in aeroponics. This plant is already huge. Well, both of these are already huge. They're actually quite the mess right now. Kind of have to do a little tetra and move them around so that they're not overshadowing each other. DC's B says there's another tomato that grows in a husk like tomatillos. It's sweet cherry-sized tomato. Yum. That sounds wonderful. If you do recall the name, come back and let us know. Strawberry plant, got to deal with the nutrients, got to adjust the temperatures. Our strawberries are, they're growing, they're just too soft. So we have one right there. I got to adjust quite a bit of stuff to understand what the issue is, but we got a bunch of them growing. And lots of flowers. The plant itself is just huge, and at first I had a nutrient deficiency, or it could be overwatering. Sometimes when you look like a deflated balloon, that could be a sign of overwatering. So here I've got new leaves unfurling, and that's not happening anymore. So I think I fixed the issue, but I'll keep you posted. Watermelon, we got a new one growing. We're gonna have to pollinate. But there's no, oh yeah, there's an open flower right down there. So we're going to do some hand pollinating in a bit. And then the watermelon, it's still growing, but hasn't been getting watered properly because of my challenges I've been having, but maybe in a couple days. And Chinese 5-color pepper plant. You guys know, this is my favorite plant right now. It's gorgeous. Look at the colors. 5 colors on one plant. Yellow, orange, purple, red. So all these red ones here, they're all ready for harvest. I'm gonna wait till they all get red and probably make a hot sauce, like a peach hot sauce or a mango hot sauce, something so and delicious that I can have maybe like on a taco with my fresh tomatillos. Wouldn't that be awesome? We've got our second Chinese 5-color pepper plant here. It is so huge, I can't even really properly show it you guys, just because it's, yeah, I'm gonna have to probably do a little bit of defoliation. There's a lot going on, but they look incredible. All right, jalapenos, super spicy, super delicious. I'm gonna have to figure out something with those. And yeah, these look great. It's another jalapeno plant, I think. Yeah, looks like this one is having some struggles. This one is doing better. Bell peppers, obviously I harvested a bunch, but now that I've increased the lights and upped the nutrients, look at that. Finally, you guys, finally some new growth. I've got peppers everywhere. I'm so excited. So for those of you that have not been following along, or if you're new here, my peppers were off to a really rough start. Finally, they started doing better, and I was getting 1 pepper per plant. That was huge, and then no new growth, which was wild. Oh my gosh, this plant is all right. So here I have another bell pepper plant. I harvested the one and only pepper that was growing, but finally I've got some new flowers. And do we have any new peppers here? Not yet. Some yellow peppers that are almost ripe. And another bell pepper plant. So this is the plant that somebody commented and was like, no, those aren't bell peppers, those are hill peppers. So just to prove to you guys, even though the one that I posted in the video was a weird shape, it is a bell pepper. So just so you guys know. And then I've got my ancho poblano. Ancho poblano, I'm still waiting for it to get larger and longer till I can harvest it. 5 inches is the sweet spot. And so, yeah, I'm excited. I've never grown poblanos before. Got some babies there. But this plant is huge. It goes from here all the way to there. Okay, so DC's B says, I always thought then leaf wrinkled like your skin. You don't stay in the water too long. I mostly thought overwatering. Yes, so it could either be underwatering or overwatering. Unfortunately, a lot of those symptoms are the same, and so it could be challenging. I have a 2.5-year-old jalapeno bonsai plant I just harvested from last night and made a roasted pepper sauce. That sounds awesome. And wow, 2.5 years. That's one thing I'm gonna have to start to learn, is like, this is my first successful run where I don't have to get rid of everything, the powdery mildew or pests. And so I don't know how long this run is gonna last me. These are indeterminate tomatoes. They'll keep producing pepper plants. They don't need to be overwintered. So I don't know, maybe this is gonna be a really long run. DC's B says, Colton, you should try making some hot honey. A lot of people really like it. The honey will pull heat and flavor into it. So good, DC's Bees. That's a great idea. I have hot honey and I love it. So yeah, next bucket system, I already showed you half of it, but we do have our eggplants. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to cut the bench. It's just in the way. I don't know why it's growing like this. How odd. So odd. My red and yellow peppers look good. Thank you so much. I've been working quite hard to get them perfect, and they taste incredible. This is our eggplant. So again, a little bit of deflated balloon. Also, the roots are looking like they're lacking something. So maybe a little overwatered. Maybe we've got to up the grow. They are bell peppers. They are. Somebody commented thinking it was a Doe Hill pepper, which I already have seeds for, but they are not Doe Hill peppers. They're bell peppers. Doe Hill are smaller, they're sweet, and they produce a lot more peppers per plant. So these are our eggplant. I have 3 varieties. Not sure which is which, but they are all there. So they look pretty good. They're coming along. And what's up, Doc? Thank you for being here. Happy Friday. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. And Cali Style, you got that right. Nothing beats fresh homegrown, especially when you grew it yourself. Sometimes, like for example, yesterday I dropped off some produce to my grandmother and I'm like, taste it, taste it, taste it. She's like, no, not now. I'm like, come on, taste it. How does it taste? Sweet? How's the crunchiness? How's this? How's that? She's like, who cares? Like, just chill. And so to me, I'm like so interested in what people think of my produce because I'm trying to get it as perfect as possible. Uh-oh, you guys. Uh-oh. Last time that happened, you guys made me eat it. I'm not gonna eat it, but anyways, so yeah, these bell peppers are looking so good. Specifically these two. They are growing quite quickly and they are off to such a better start than these ones were. Guys, these ones are 19 weeks old and I just harvested. That is insane. I just started wearing sunglasses. I mean, I do when I work in here for long periods of time, but my lights are at 20% right now. I turned them down and somebody commented on one of my videos saying that they have intense eye damage. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want intense eye damage. So, I mean, when I'm facing away from the lights, if the lights are down, I'm okay to take my glasses off, I think. I don't know. It honestly is. I could eat it. It's just, I've done this before. And yeah, I mean, I have water here. I'll take a bite. I just want to know what the red ones taste like. This one's kind of a little soft. This one isn't spicy. It's too underdeveloped. Garden justice. No, it's honestly, I eat and pick off everything in here. I don't care. I'll eat it all. Like that strawberry. I'll tell you guys, I filmed a strawberry taste test. See, I wear my glasses under the light, but when I'm here, because my back is facing, I feel like I'm okay, but maybe I'm not. I don't know. You gotta let me know what you think, because I don't want to ruin my eyes. I want to be able to see for a very long time, and we're all about safety first and working smart. So, yeah. Chinese 5-color pepper. Yeah, it's not really spicy. It's actually, like the flavor is great. It just tastes like underdeveloped. Like it's still got a ways to go. Yes, carrots are high in vitamin A. Good for your eyes. Oh, wow. All right. I got some seeds and wow. Woo! That is hot. You know, I'm not a big carrot person. Ed is asking, what nutrients do you use for your DWC? So right now, my first bucket system or my second bucket system with my young plants are on the Florinova Grow 7410. The bucket systems that are flowering, they get the Bloom 487. So all 3 towers, because they're not plants that flower, they're just on Grow. That pepper is spicy, but in a good way. It's really yummy. And then I use the CalMag, General Hydroponics, and I use, what else do I use? I use hydrogen peroxide in very small amounts, 29%, but I dilute it to 3. And then I also use this. So actually, if you haven't already, go check out the Garden Cultivation Network and subscribe. They've got some awesome videos every Wednesday and Friday. Last Wednesday they had something in my mouth. They had Hygrozyme, Leanne from Hygrozyme, and I learned so much. I've been using this before adding in my nutrients, and what this is supposed to do is it's supposed to break down or help things dissolve so that they pass through your lines without clogging them. And I didn't know that. I mean, I know what the purpose is, but I've been using it first, and you're actually supposed to use it last after you add in your nutrients. So it could be why I'm having issues with my lines, but we will see. Ed is asking if I have a problem with my pH fluctuating too much. No, actually, that's the beauty of GH, General Hydroponics. For some reason, if I use around the recommended amount, the pH is always perfect. I try to keep my pH around 6. Yeah, I mean, it is spicy, but also I've been eating my jalapenos every night, dinner, like chopped up in ground beef or something. And they're so spicy that maybe I'm building my spice tolerance. Like, it is spicy, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm gonna need a sip in a minute, but I can't imagine what the red ones are gonna taste like if this isn't fully developed. I actually should save some of these seeds. Well, these ones are probably not viable. I'll probably have to wait. But the flavor of the pepper is really, really good. Oh, Ed, that's interesting. Are you using the, what's it called? The Flora series or whatever? I've never tried it, but I know Death Squad, who's used chat, uses it, and they love it. But yes, it's more for a recirculating system for sure. Becoming more accustomed. Yes, and you know what? I'm glad, because like I said, I really enjoy the flavor. Oh, cool. I'm gonna check that out. Honestly, I can even use something like hypochlorous acid. I just, now that everything's established and in the system, it's hard to like go back and fix everything now. I have to do the best I can without affecting the plants, and if not, kind of just remember these things and implement them next grow. Flora series is great. I use the 2-part granular maxi series and love it. Maybe I should try that too. So with this system, the roots grade on instead of sitting in solution. Yes, so at the bottom of each bucket, there's an inch of water just resting there, just in case, kind of to give them water during the time that they're not being misted. So today I decreased the water quite a bit. So now these plants are getting watered for 15 seconds every 2 minutes, and the roots are suspended. They get misted periodically, and the obviously has nutrients, and the roots uptake it, and they get really, they do. Sometimes people say that the plants produce a lot faster than traditional gardening just because they only take what they need. They get more oxygen, and it's easier for them to uptake the nutrients as a result of the oxygen. Main Dad, what is up? Hope you're having a great day. I'm stuck at work and cut. Oh my gosh. What? So Main Dad, what do you do for work? Are you a chef? Because last time you said you were at work and cooking. So if you're a chef, please bring on the recipes, because I got tons of produce I'm gonna have to start cooking with, and I'd love to pick your brain. So sorry about your thumb. Sending positive and healing vibes. Happy Friday, Mia. No worries. You guys never have to be sorry for missing a live or for being late. Honestly, I'm just so grateful that you guys hang out with me when you do. Even if you're here for the first time and the only time, I'm very grateful for this community. I can't thank everybody enough. You guys are awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, this week we are finally going to level up once I get the dehumidifier going. Do I like buffalo sauce? Yes, I love buffalo sauce. I just use, what do I use? Butter, Frank's Red Hot, and nutritional yeast. If you guys don't know what nutritional yeast is, you should try it. It's really good. Good sprinkled on salads or on your dishes or whatever. Well, in creating an optimal makeup for nutrients, easier to hit the mark with liquid than soil, I think. Yes, however, as easy as it is to hit the mark, it's also really easy to screw up. And so that's the challenge, right? Is like, I'll show you, I just upped my new second bucket system, and look at what I'm doing now. So some people panic and think that their plant's sick or something, but it's just a shock. So yeah, but anyway, look how cute it is. I can't wait to try it. I've never tried this variety. This is called a salt and pepper cucumber. Again, I'm working on a video that talks specifically about every single variety that I'm growing. I did a rough count, so might even have more. I've got 185 plants in this grow tent. Les, you gotta let us know the name of your brother's hot sauce brand. Let's support a local business. Come on, drop it in the comments. I could see going past that optimal mark could be more shock this way than in soil. The soil would dampen. Yes, absolutely. So things are more direct and abrupt, and your plants will see the change faster, and so it might take them more time to acclimate to the change in nutrients or the change in whatever it is you're doing. And so that's what I've been dealing with too, is it's just a lot, making sure the environment is perfect, making sure the nutrients is perfect, making sure the plants are healthy, proper airflow. I try not to use pesticides, so I want to make sure everything is very, very pruned, there's good airflow. Got to keep everything very clean. I just finished wiping down my bucket tops, vacuuming the floor, wiping down the floor. You know, I wipe down the surface of the towers all the time. I really try to keep everything clean, but sometimes it could be a lot to manage. And again, by no means am I complaining. I'm extremely grateful that I even get to do this. It's just, yeah, man, it keeps you up at night. I'm extremely passionate about this. And now that I'm, you know, so much farther than I have ever been, I can't screw this up now. I cannot screw this up now. There is no option for failure. I gotta keep going. So that's why I get stressed out, you guys. Waf is asking, do you keep any cucumbers there and let them make seeds? Yeah, so if I just harvest a cucumber once it's mature and ready. So the other day I harvested 2. I saved all the seeds and I'm going to try to germinate them. We'll see if they're viable. DC's Bees, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at your misery, but that's funny. DC's Bee says, I do not need to worry about doing a deep on my tomatoes now. LOL, the deer did it. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. But hey, at least the deer did something. Maybe it earned its keep, right? Anyways, so yeah, guys, those are the stresses of indoor gardening. There's a lot. Hey, one rule of the gardens, you level the stress you leave the stress at the door, maybe. Yes. Oh, do I let them go brown? No, you don't need to go brown in order to collect the seeds. Even when you go to the store, and if you don't see seed in your cucumber in the store, genetically modified, probably starts with a 4 on the PLU or the SKU. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, you should see cucumber, and if you do, you can keep those seeds. Even if it's a fresh cucumber, so for example, like these flowers, so these were grown aeroponically. They're almost on their way out. But these, you gotta let them grow on the plant to full maturity till they're about to go brown on the plant in order to collect viable seeds. With cucumbers, bell peppers, tomatoes, it's not like that. My tomatoes that are currently growing and my bell peppers are seeds that I actually took from a ripe fruit that I was about to eat, and I germinated it. Les is making all kinds of lists for me to send me seeds. Thank you so much, Les. Appreciate it. I don't know where I'm going to grow all these varieties, but we'll see. I'll have to get myself another system or something. I'm also going to be trying root vegetables soon. I just have to, I'm biting off a little more than I can chew right now, no pun intended. So I'm just doing my best, and we'll get there eventually, you guys. But yeah, I just thought that was really interesting about this whole skiing, and I felt the need to share that with people so that you guys understand, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And now when you go to the store and you look at a SKU number or a PLU, you'll know, is it organic, is it conventional? And just because it's conventional, it doesn't mean that it's just cheaper and they still grow it without chemicals and pesticides. No. You know, farmers, they got to make money. And growing on this scale, there is no doubt in my mind they genetically modify the seeds. And there is no doubt in my mind that they use a lot of pesticides and a lot of chemicals. So yeah, sometimes you just have to think critically. With stuff like that, it's not going to be, that information isn't going to be out there because they don't want you to know, right? And so you have to take control. And that's why I always use the term food sovereignty, because it's important. And that's part of it, right? Is being educated enough so that when you walk into the store, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I know people buy stuff from the grocery store. I do too when I'm not growing enough. It's just, as long as you're aware of what you're buying or putting in your body, then you can at least make the choice. And if you have the choice, then you're good. But as long as you have the knowledge to back it up, that's what matters. So, you know, you don't know what you don't know. And that's, I always say that. Colton says, I collect a lot of my own seeds. We do microgreens, and last year I grew and collected enough peas and mixed radish to use for a few trays of greens. That sounds so... I struggle with microgreens. I overwater, underwater, horrible. DC's B says, I feel sorry for younger generations. I'm in my 50s and grew up before all the modern food systems. Yeah, so, you know, I grew up when food still tasted good. And that's what I'm kind of in search of, you know. I had my cucumber the other day, and it reminded me of when I was a kid. I was like, wow, this me right back to, like, I don't know, when my mom used to make me lunch or whatever, and like probably this variety of cucumber, and just slice one in half and put it in my lunchbox. And I remember the flavor. It tasted, it was creamy, it was juicy, it was sweet, it was so good. And now cucumbers are so not juicy. They're like dry, and they taste, I don't know, they just don't taste good. And so to be able to have, you know that feeling when there's like a smell that just randomly comes over you, or you get a whiff of, and you're like, whoa, and it triggers a memory, and like a very vivid memory. That is how I feel with my produce. Honestly, it triggers like this, I don't know, I flash back to when I was a kid and the flavors of my childhood. And it's not like I'm old or anything, but it really, like, it just, I can't describe it. And I'm not just saying because I grow my own and because I'm trying to, you know, push it on people. I'm saying that. That's why I do the taste test. And I know you guys can't really tell, because who knows if I'm being honest or just putting on an act, but I swear I'm not. You know, for those of you that grow your own, you get it. Yeah, no matter what you grow, even your so yeah, we thought it isn't tomato the new celery. Yeah, tomato is the new celery. We don't buy vegetables or fruits in store like Walmart and other store. There aren't many stores that sell them. Yes, it's really hard to find a good place to buy your produce. You know, even if you go to the farmer's market, if you're buying conventionally grown, just because it's at a local's farmer's market, it doesn't mean that it's organic and non-GMO. And even when you buy organic now, now that that appeal thing has gotten USDA approved, I'm like, even though organic is better, it's not organic, guys. Don't be fooled. I grew up knowing a way of life that most in modern society have no knowledge of. I know where my food comes from and what real food is. That's incredible, DC's Bees. What a privilege to have that in your life, honestly, to be able to know where your food from and what real food is. A lot of people don't have that privilege, and so I'm really happy for you. That's amazing. Colton says micros can be tricky and very fast-paced. Yes, they can be tricky. Nothing tastes better, I know. Nothing tastes good. Yes, everything sucks. It's true. My skin was crawling when I had to eat that Walmart bell pepper, you guys. Ew, that smell. I want to start collecting my seeds. I'm working at building a greenhouse so that I can use it. Awesome. It'll be smaller, maybe 30 by 15, but it should give me a starting space to work with. Absolutely. I'm really interested to see how your cantaloupe and watermelon do. My GPA was farmer in Utah and used to grow the best melon. Oh, your grandpa's. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. It's my first time, so we will see how it goes. Muafiz, where are you located? You said, I forget. I remember you said it in the chat, but that is great that you got a food good for you, you know? And that's all you can do is just do the best you can. If you can't, you can't. You know, there are people that don't have the time, can't afford it, the circumstances don't allow for it, and that's okay. You know, the gardening lifestyle and stuff, you learn about like forgiveness and being kind and being patient. And you know, I don't judge people that have to buy food from the grocery store. It is what it is, man. That's what the grocery store is there for. Fortunately, it's been controlled, so that too has been ruined. So there's a lot of things in society now that are kind of being controlled, and it is very challenging to not be skeptical of what you're eating and to, you know, feel good about what you're eating and to trust the health food, or to trust the food system and care system. You know, I think it's Monsanto, they control all the seeds and whatever food production. They are now owned by Bayer. And so Monsanto uses some pesticide or whatever that causes lymphoma or Hodgkin's lymphoma, and Bayer created the cure for that, or the treatment for that. And it's like, seriously? Like, they think we're stupid or something? And there are people that are just, you know, they go through life, they're busy, they don't realize. But that's why I say knowledge is power, because once you know that, you're like, well, what are they up to? And why? What does a pharmaceutical company have to do with a food production company? It's mind-blowing. So to me, I'm truly on a mission. I'm never trying to preach, but I'm really just like trying to, everything I've learned has made me think critically and has led me to this point today. And so if I can do that for other people and kind of, you know, help expand people's minds into what's really going on and kind of peel back the curtain for some of those that don't know, that is the goal. The companies are all connected. Yes, you know, I played a game, I don't want to say the name because then she's going to talk, but my Amazon device or whatever, and you can pick any household company name, ask her or look it up on the internet, who owns this company, or who is the largest investor of this company. And there are 2 companies out there that freaking own everything, every brand name, unless it's like, you know, the Fresh Princess isn't owned by these big corporations. But yeah, everything is owned by the same people. And so none of us matter, you guys. That's why we all need to make sure that we take care of ourselves. You know, DCB says, Death Squad, I didn't want to say it, but yes. And there's another one as well. But yes, it's very, there's BlackRock and Vanguard, but it's very, it's scary. And I just kind of went down the rabbit hole a couple of years ago, and I'm like, oh wow. And it actually became like a game that I was playing. I was looking around my house and like, oh, Frigidaire, Samsung, oh, LG. And I was just name dropping all these different companies, and even Costco. I love Costco. Guess who their biggest investors are? So you just got to do the best you can, guys. That's all you can do, is try to have as much control as you can, and that's it. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that GH is owned by Scotts, who's owned by Monsanto. Oh, wow. You know what? I would not be surprised. I know California is a state that can be heavily into those things, and those products do come out of California. And so, yeah, gotta be very, very careful. But yes, honestly, I don't know if it's the older I get, but the more aware I become and the more curious I become, the more I'm realizing how corrupt everything is. And I feel like a human, I feel scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna live my whole life doing what I know now and be okay and feel safe and comfortable? And so this is it. This is my way of giving myself that reassurance that, okay, I've got a sense of control and I've got kind of like an idea of how to feed myself in a cleaner way. But yeah, I mean, look, even for example, they call this a premium product. It's all natural, organic, but it's made with conventional corn oil and conventional soybean oil, which is probably genetically modified. So it's like, I don't spray this on I spray it on my flowers outside, but I don't spray it on my food anymore because I'm like, I don't want that in my food because it leaches in. Even if you're spraying it on the leaves, it could leach into the plant. Then you make your own natural sugar factories. It also has many medicinal. Oh, see, I use and I don't consume a lot of sugar. I should probably consume less than I already do. But you know, Lost Coast also uses soybean oil. I use Lost Coast outside as well. I have not used it on my indoor plant. I'm concerned. Yes, there's also allulose. Allulose tastes just like sugar. It's more expensive, extracted from a plant, I believe, but it is very, very comparable to sugar. There really is no actual organic anymore, correct? Scroll up. Let's see here. If you have the space, I would highly recommend learning beekeeping and having a few hives. I would love to do that. However, I don't know anything about that. And honestly, I'm still trying to manage this learning curve, but in the future, that will definitely be the case. I don't even know how it works in like a suburban, highly populated area. Can you you need permits? Again, even when you live in the city, you can do anything. You need permits for everything. So it's like, I don't even know what I'm allowed to do anymore. I still use the Lost Coast too. Lost Coast is great. I've been using it every day on my outdoor garden and I still get the pollinators. My garden is buzzing, which is amazing. My main goal is to really not harm the pollinators. I'm only saying that because DC's Bees is here. I'm just kidding. I really try. That's one of my goals. I truly feel like I'm doing God work when I've got a bee hanging out on my flowers. So it's very difficult in Canada. It gets very cold up there. Yes, absolutely. And even colder where Colton is in Alberta. I'm in Ontario. It's not as cold. I still want to see your outside garden. Did I miss it? I'll take you guys out there now if you want. We'll finish off in there. Or out there. Organic means majorly made from carbon and hydrogen combined. Organic doesn't always mean it's good. Thank you for saying that, Muffiz. That's absolutely true. That is facts. What's up, Chris? Happy Friday. We are just talking about the corrupt food system and how we're all being controlled. Oh, wow. I used to live in Anchorage, Alaska. I understand. Nice. So how did you deal with the 6 months of darkness, 6 months of daylight? That's crazy. So yeah, guys, we can finish this up outside. I will take you and show you the outdoor garden. Again, keep in mind, I harvested yesterday because I had to bring a big bouquet to my grandma. I'll show you guys anyways. The dahlias are off to a really rough start. Everything's kind of taking its sweet ass time, but let's go outside. I'll show you. Colton's enough to be on an acreage. Oh, wow. That is so lucky. There's a few hives just down the road from us. Not sure what they do for winter, but they add a few boxes every year, so they're doing something right. What is up, G Mama? Thank you for joining. And Yes, DC's Bees, we're gonna take outside and finish it off there, and I'll show you guys everything that's going on outside. There's not much going on outside. My outdoor garden is kind of a disappointment this year, but I'll show you. And G Mama, thank you so much for posting about root cutting, because I'm gonna be working on that this weekend. So if you guys are interested, come hang with me. Shutting off the camera for a minute. We're gonna take this outside. I'm gonna show you guys everything I've got growing on. See, once I go outside, that's it. Can't go back in the grow tent until I go through a process. DC's Bee says in many places they wrap the hives with an insulation wrap for winter. Oh, wow. All right, guys, we're going outside. Back? Are we good? All right, guys, I don't know what happened. I guess I froze. Am I back? Are we good? Okay, we're back. All right, so yes, a lot of damage from just all kinds of Japanese beetles, and I got a ton of other stuff, but yeah, the flowers are a little smaller this year. I don't know, I'm underwhelmed by my flower garden this year. This one's pretty. But yeah, I just did a big harvest yesterday. There was a lot more. And then this one just opened today, but that leaf got completely chewed up. These are called shooting star dahlias. Same with this one. And I've got one here. I call this one Tequila Sunrise. When she opens, she's beautiful. We haven't gotten rain in like 3 weeks, you guys. I've been watering every day. But they're getting all chewed up, and it's just kind of brutal. But starting to bloom. And then I've got, these are called dinner plate dahlias. They're called Café au lait. They're gonna be huge, 8 inches. And then I had to Google what this was the other day, you guys. It's like an orange bee. They don't sting. Whoa. Or maybe they do. But yeah, these are the celosia. These are called flamingo. It's pretty pretty. And then these are the ones that I direct sowed. They still haven't bloomed, so I don't know what's happening. But yeah, everything's looking really good. Right now, the garden isn't buzzing, which it usually is like crazy. Got some nice varieties hiding down there. I got a ton of different varieties. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna be picking these today, make myself a nice bouquet. I've been giving away so many of my flowers that it'll be nice to keep some for myself to enjoy. So yeah, that's the garden, you guys. The outdoor garden. I made myself some stepping stones so I can kind of just walk through. But yeah, everything is healthy. Everything is looking great. Colton says, I'll go in the shade, I can't see. Looks better than mine. First time trying cut flowers, but I put them out too late. Oh, you know what? You should start yours indoors. That's what I do. No, I don't grow orchids. Thank you for sharing the outside. Yes, no problem. I'm going to share more with you guys as I kind of do harvest and stuff. But yeah, yesterday we harvested some lettuce in the grow tent, and then we came outside and did some flowers. So right now it's underwhelmed. I haven't cleaned it up. I haven't pruned. I haven't defoliated. I haven't fed them. I really haven't done anything. But yes, Colton, I started my seeds in the aeroponic system. So you can even put them in soil in a cell tray and just start them indoors 8 weeks before you plant them outside. It'll give you a nice head start. So yeah, guys, that's it. That is the outdoor garden. Obviously, you can't go back in the grow tent now because I got to, you know, through a process before I can do that. So that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope everyone has a wonderful Friday. And don't miss me tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time. I will be either cutting some roots or doing something. Colton said I did start them inside, but we had a really late cool spring. Oh, see, I didn't transplant mine until the 3rd week of June. And so that's the growth from the 3rd week of June. So yeah, guys, it's a struggle, but being able to garden and grow something is a privilege. So even if it doesn't seem as successful to you, pat yourself on the back, because the fact that you're growing is the most important part that you should be proud of. So yeah, anyways, guys, what happened? Somebody said, what the hell? Anyways, all right, thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. Bye.